Hey, what's going on? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I got the mic all set up. Again, as I always say, I don't really know if it does much, but at least it looks, it looks
It looks
professional.
official. That's fun.
I see you have your corgi friend with you.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Rigatoni. Hello.
Rigatoni.
I have my our two springers in there, but if they're sleeping or chewing on a bone, it's definitely better for podcasting.
That's funny.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining the WAG Pod. We have Marisa McGovern, who we went to UNC at the same time
Go
back in
Heels.
2020. Yeah, and now we're here, what, 5 years later, talking about dogs. So it's kind of funny how
That's
that kind of stuff
crazy.
happens. I remember, yeah, on our previous call, you said you always remembered seeing me in the ag where I like teeth because I want to do dentistry and I drink a lot of blue Powerade. So,
Four glasses, to be
yeah,
specific.
I really like the blue Powerade, I
Good
wanted to,
flavor.
I wanted to hydrate. So you were in the Gilling School of Public Health, and then
Yes.
after that, you're now back in your home state of California. And what are you doing your master's in again?
Yeah, right now I'm at USC, so Southern California, and I'm doing my master's in nutrition, healthspan, and longevity. So
Nice.
the end goal is to be a registered dietitian, but
Yeah, that's great. And most importantly, you are the mother to Rigatoni, a fast
yes.
superstar. So, kind of wanted to start out a little bit. Do you want to talk about how I remember in the beginning of college you were looking to adopt a corgi, and also you share a little bit how you've always really liked corgi memes and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you want to get into that a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like a piece of the queen is like ingrained in my soul because I just have like an undying love for corgis. Like my
Hmm.
family dog growing up wasn't even a corgi. We had like a Maltipoo.
Yeah.
Great dog, but when I was like 15, I was just obsessed with corgis and it just never
Yeah.
faded. So went to college, UNC, COVID hit. We're in school in the dorms and I'm like just not feeling it. I'm
Yeah.
like homesick.
It was
I'm like, you know
tough.
what's gonna fix this? Adopting a corgi.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Um,
would probably help.
I thought that would fix it, and
That
so
would
I
cure
applied.
COVID right there.
I applied to adopt this like 80-pound corgi who couldn't walk, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna rehabilitate this corgi. This is like my calling.
Yeah.
They then rejected me, and I was like, oh, damn it.
I bet I bet that was tough. I bet that was like, and
Yeah,
what
I
was that?
think I cried in the door.
Oh, I'm sure. I definitely cried in the dorms many
Which, like,
times.
looking back on it, like, felt so dramatic because it was like this 12-year-old obese dog that just would
Right?
not have done well in the dorms at
No.
all. Like, horrible, just, I'm so glad
Exactly.
that they rejected me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it kind of started tying those interests in fitness and all that kind of stuff too. I mean,
Yeah.
that COVID, especially at UNC, was really tough because they were like the first like big school to like make that announcement, and so like got all moved in, ready for college, and then kicked out, and then
Yeah. They let me stay in the dorms actually.
really.
'Cause, so they like, when they de-densified and everyone got kicked out,
Hmm.
there was like a form and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all of my stuff back to California.
You're
This seems
right.
kind of difficult.
Yeah.
So I filled out that form and I was like, hey, like, can I stay? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I was like,
Like, all right, cool.
okay. So like because I stayed in the dorms though, they had me move around like there was like three buildings.
Oh
I lived
yeah.
in every
What,
single
east,
one of
west, and
them.
south, is that right? In Griner?
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny because I applied, I got back in for second semester. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was like able to be because I was like, like I want to be in Granville. Like it was not because you couldn't have anyone in your room. Like you couldn't do anything like that.
I almost got
There,
kicked
there,
out several times.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I almost got, I had like two warnings. It was crazy. Like
I had my roommate in my room and they were like, we might evict you. And I was like, shit.
I know. It was crazy, but like I don't know. The rest how did that kind of impact the rest of your college experience? Were you still able to enjoy college for the most part, or was it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't think it really impacted it too much because, like, it happened when I was a freshman. And so, like, going to college, I didn't really know any different. Like, showed up to college and I was like, oh, like, this is what it's like. Like, you have to get COVID tested every week and you can't have anybody in your rooms, like,
Yep,
classic college experience. So,
exactly.
like, I think the first year I didn't really know what I was missing out on. And then, like,
Right.
the next few years, I was kind of like, oh man, like, I kind of wish I had, like, a traditional
Oh yeah.
freshman year, but. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No,
So
it is what it is, and like I feel like things that happen like that, for whatever reason, they happen for a reason, and you're, now you're here with your corgi, right? Like who knows
yeah.
if you would have gone back home, and who knows if the timing of, everything like that. So, yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about the speed of rigatoni. I would
Oh
I'd
yeah.
love to hear some more of that.
Well, she's currently like hooked to me right now so that she doesn't go running and finding all my dirty socks. She, when I got her as a puppy, I was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I was
Yeah.
chasing around this turbo bolt and I was like this can't be normal. Like, are
And
all
they're so
corgis
cute
this
when they run with their
energetic?
little butts in the air.
Well, like she would like pump fake me and like we'd be going up and down the stairs and I was like, oh my God, like I'm winded and like I'm laying on the floor and she's still like running in circles. And so I
Yeah.
was kind of like, uh, is she abnormally fast? Am I abnormally slow? Like there
Right.
seems to be like some
No.
sort of gap
Am I
here.
abnormally slow? Is funny.
Well, literally, because I'm like, I don't like running. And like I I just was like, why can this little puppy just outrun me for
Right.
days? And like I live alone, so it was just me, and I was like, Ricky, please, please slow down.
Please.
Um, but so I was like, oh, okay, she's fast. Let me see like if maybe she is special
Yeah.
and abnormally fast.
Right.
So when she was like 9 months old, me and my little brother, we were like, let's take her to the corgi races, which
Yeah.
they have these in Southern California like every
Right.
couple months, like through SoCal Corgi Nation. So we signed up through the lottery, got lucky, and
Oh,
Riggy
it's a
was
lottery pick to get in.
yeah.
Huh.
So there's a lot of corgis that like I think it's a little it might be over 100 or something that
Hmm.
do the corgi nationals
Yeah.
that get picked. And so if you have done well before, sometimes you can like guarantee a spot like if you have
Right.
like a really fast time or something. And there's like other corgi events where like there's like little speed like activities where like if your dog has this
Yeah.
fastest run of the day, you can do the next race.
It's like going to, if you go to like other sports games, are more likely to get a
Yeah,
basketball ticket,
just
right?
like
Like
that.
that kind of thing. And yeah, I was watching through some of your videos. I like the tennis ball one that just came out. That
Oh
made me
yeah.
laugh. I like that meme. But I saw Rigatoni doing like a run where she like got like 2 point something seconds. So that might
Yeah,
be
not
her.
fast enough. So
Yeah,
actually one of our corgi friends got that slot. So we were
really.
at like a Corgi Nation vacation and they had one of those little like speed running
Yeah,
events where you can try and qualify for like the upcoming race.
right.
And our friend Mr. Corgington won
Sure.
that. So that
That's
was
a
very
good
fun.
name.
Yeah. But she
That
just likes
is.
to run. So we did the first race event with my little brother.
Mhm.
Like no expectations. We were just
And
like
how
happy to
old
get a
is he in
slot.
California too right now then? Okay.
Yeah, this is in like the Santa, I'm gonna mispronounce it. I think it's the Santa Anita horse tracks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so my little
I
brother,
have
he
no
was
idea how to pronounce it, so I'm going with it.
it's basically like it's inland
Yeah.
of LA, but a little bit more south of LA.
Okay.
So hi Riggy.
Hello. So how old is she now?
She's a little over a year. So the first race we did like right when she was old enough, like 9 months.
Right.
Um, so I applied like before I even knew like if she could do it, and it was just all around like such a fun day because like
I'm sure.
so many corgis.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I'm a corgi lover. So when I see them all in the same place, it makes me very
Right.
happy.
And I feel like you see like corgis and then maybe like golden retrievers and then like wiener dog meetups. Like those are like
Yeah.
three like very popular breeds to have it. Like you don't really see a Springer Spaniel meetup, Like if you see another one, you're like, oh, that's cool. But like they're just a
Yeah.
very like I don't know, very cute dogs. And so that day, and we had talked a little bit about this. There wasn't really a concern about okay, is she allowed to start running? Because when I walk Cedric, I can't technically run with him until he's hit, I think, about a year. I don't know exactly, but and I still
Yeah.
haven't. So,
I'm
but
sure that there are
you know,
recommendations on when your puppy should or shouldn't run, but it was more of like a she has so much energy, like how do we channel it? Like it
right,
was we were hard pressed to stop her from running.
right,
So we were sort of like, how do we do it in a way that's going to be like more like trained and controlled? So like
exactly,
I started taking her on runs with me, like short ones, because she has short little legs, and
yeah,
I would just kind of like watch her and see like when she started falling behind me. But for
yeah,
the most part, she has pretty good endurance and will run like ahead of me.
yeah.
We did a 3 mile run this morning, so
Nice, nice. Do you wear one of those like little belts while you run, or is it like you just hold her in your hand?
I have one of the leashes where it's like a belt kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
I need
And
to get one of
it's
those.
so nice.
I
I
bet.
started off just holding her in my hand, but I felt like when my arms were pumping, like I didn't want to accidentally
You didn't
like
want to like throw
tension
her
on
up in
her.
the air.
Yeah. And so I was like, I would always like run with one arm like straight out to the side, and I'm like, this just like cannot be good for either of us.
No, this is bad.
So yeah,
That's
I got
funny.
one of the leashes that I can wear as like a belt.
That's great. So at that event, I remember you know we talked about this, there were a lot of people who like had all this gear and all this training, but you and your brother had
Yes,
one specific thing that
we did. And I actually have it here with me. Let me just. So this will spoil a little bit of the story, but Riggy actually did quite well.
yeah,
And
that's
I keep
awesome.
her winning
The sock.
sock.
That's
So
so
now you can see
funny.
she's excited.
She
This
loves
was
it.
the sock my brother notoriously
Yeah.
doesn't really like to do laundry.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So his
that makes
socks run on the stinkier side of things, which Rigatoni is a huge fan of.
yeah. Yeah.
So we went to these races and we're like, oh my gosh, okay. She doesn't really run in a straight line. Like, she doesn't have like a favorite toy. She's super food motivated, but is she going to
Yeah.
see it that far away? Like, what can
Right.
we get her to sort of like chase?
Yeah.
And we were like, uh-oh, we didn't really pack anything. And I was like, Blake, how old are your socks?
Oh,
And he was like, oh, they're a couple days old. Like, they are
no.
fermented. And I was like, perfect, take them off. Like, we are going to
Take
use
off your
that.
socks.
And so we filled the stinky sock with her
Yeah.
favorite treats.
Right.
And I was the releaser
Yeah.
because anytime that I like let her loose in the house, she goes just nuts. And I knew
Right.
that she would run away from me.
Because she's been doing that since day one.
Yeah. And so my brother with the stinky sock, she always like whenever I go visit like my parents and my
Mhm.
younger brother who's still in high school,
Mhm.
she beelines to where he eats dinner, where he puts his feet on the floor and just rolls
Oh
around. And I'm like,
no.
okay. So she knows his foot scent.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna make this work.
Yeah.
So my brother's on the other end, like finagling this.
And she's like, "What's going on?"
My
That's
brother's on
cute.
the other my brother's on the other end, finagling the sock. She's still looking for the sock. It's behind my computer, which is
Yeah.
he's going crazy. I'm like whipping the sock. She sees it. Like I'm like a couple, I don't know how many yards it is. I think it's like, let's just say it's like 100. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's however many yards away, and Rigatoni is acting like a pointer dog right now. She is locked the fuck in. She's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that shit is mine. So there's like multiple races, multiple heats. The first one happens, she smoked him, and I was like, that's new.
What's going
I
on?
was like, okay, like maybe we stand a chance. Who
Yeah.
knows? And so we just like kept on doing the old sock trick. We had Blake as the catcher, me as the releaser, and Riggy would just go crazy. And
Yeah.
it's funny because there's a lot of like not like drama, but when you watch it, it's kind of like a Renaissance painting with all the
Yeah.
corgis being released at once. Like
Right.
some corgis are colliding, some are rolling over, some make it all the way and then turn back. Like it
Yeah.
really is just like a
And you said there are people betting too, right?
well, when we made it to the end, yeah, that was a huge surprise. There were all the heats that we had done, like the qualifiers, semifinals, like whatever, like moving up to the final round, which Rigatoni like kept qualifying for, and we're like, okay, like
All
I don't
right.
know
All
what we're
right.
doing here, but we're happy to be here. So in that final round, it was on the horse race track.
Yeah.
And so they put betting odds on the dogs,
That's so awesome.
and it was just
And there's a
yeah,
guy
so much
behind you. You
fun.
said like yeah, like cheering for you like bet on Rigatoni. Is that right?
Yeah, we wound up walking by a bunch of the bystanders, and Rigatoni's name is not one to be ignored, I would
No,
say.
no.
So
It's
when
an
they're like
awesome name.
announcing all the dogs, like you could bet on the dogs. And so some dogs, hi, yeah, you talking about your odds? She's like, it was rigged. My odds should have been higher.
It was.
Odds weren't fabulous, but she was kind of like a crowd favorite. She had
Yeah,
like
like a little
a
sleeper pick right there.
yeah, and so like if you were gonna like bet on dogs, like maybe you'd rank her third or
Yeah.
something. You were gonna do like a three corgi parlay. Um, and so we wound up learning, hi, what's up? We wound up learning that one of the people that was like on the little sidelines of the horse betting thing bet on Rigatoni to get third. And we were like, oh, these are all the dogs who are really fast. Like, please
Yeah.
don't lose your money.
Yeah.
Um, and Rigatoni, I guess she was just a betting lady. Might have
That
been, I don't know if they were
well, he
having
should have
little
bought her some
cahoots on the
treats
side, but she
afterwards.
got third.
That's
Uh,
that's incredible. Out of like
and that's what
hundreds,
this is from. So
that's awesome. So you said it was about 100.
Yeah.
And then I mean, you're pretty much going to do it next year, right? Since you placed, you pretty much get an invite to it, or
I don't know how it works. We would love to do it again.
right?
Um, I think if you do well, you get invited back, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that's first
Who makes
place.
those decisions? Who's sitting there pulling the strings? That's my question.
They're great people, actually.
Yeah,
So James and
they're
Dylan,
awesome.
they're like the two people who organize all of the like SoCal Corgi Nation like meetup
Mhm.
events. And so they do like the Corgi Nationals and stuff, and they're like so sweet. And so
That's
there's
so
like the
great.
whole like form application that we went through the first time. And they also helped organize that like Corgi vacation.
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk a little bit about that? What is it, the Corgi Nation summer vacation
Oh
or
yeah, Corgi Nation beach
beach
vacation.
vacation?
It is just a time.
Yeah.
So it's only happened twice, I believe. This was the
Okay.
first time we had went.
Hmm.
This is the first time we had went. It's up in Pismo Beach, California, which is kind of in between San Francisco and LA. So like
Yeah.
halfway on the coast.
Okay.
And I've never been to Pismo before.
Hello, Rigatoni.
I'm gonna give her the sock.
Give her this up. It's a tasty
She's like, this
victory.
is awesome. Um, But I had never been up to Pismo before, and so we wound up driving up on a Friday. It was like a whole weekend with a bunch of corgis. A lot of the hotels up there were dog friendly, so we stayed at
Oh,
like the
cool.
Vespa Resort, which was great. They had like turf, and they also hosted a lot of the like corgi events that weekend. So
Nice.
first day that we were there was the luau, and that was awesome.
Yes,
We
I saw
came to
that
the
video.
tail
You
end of
guys
it,
had like
but
matching outfits. You got
yeah.
the printed rigatoni on your dress. That was awesome. That was
Yeah, I got that on Etsy, so
yeah.
that was a great purchase, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna wear it again.
Definitely. That's not a one-time dress. So he did that, and then if I remember, he wasn't wearing he was a or I say she was a mermaid, right?
Yeah, Rigatoni was a mermaid, and then my boyfriend Ron, he had a matching shirt to
Yeah.
my dress, which was really fun.
That's
And so
so
it's
funny.
hilarious because like he kind of came into the corgi world not knowing that I was like
Like super into
really
the
into
corgi.
it. Like
Yeah.
I love those events. Like we always like make friends. It's just a good time. And I was like, hey, like just so you know, like I have this weird hobby. Like, come on, like let's go. And he's
As
like,
far
oh,
as
okay.
weird hobbies go, I think that's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah. And so like he was
it's
kind of like
great.
that too, where like now he's kind of into it. And so it
I bet you've
was a lot of
met
fun.
so many cool people that you keep up with too, you know?
Yeah, no, honestly, like the beach events are really nice because it's like more than the races. Like I think the beach events, it's like at least 1,000 corgis.
Oh
So
my
like every
gosh.
sort of like turn you're making, like if you're waiting in a line, like you kind of like make friends with
Yeah.
everyone around. And so corgi owners are also like the sweetest people. So
Yeah. Well, you may be biased, but yeah. I mean, yeah, the
maybe
sweetest.
a little bit, but you
No,
never know.
I'm sure. Yeah, so that's really cool. That sounds like a good time. So what other events have y'all attended?
Honestly, it's mainly the Corgi Beach things. There's one
Hmm.
that happens in Huntington Beach, which is south of LA,
Yeah.
and that's just like a 1 day event where there's like vendors, a lot of food trucks, like there's a costume contest, biggest Momo contest, biggest Corgi butt, you know.
I didn't know
Um,
it was called Momo. That's funny.
I think it's the Hawaiian term. Don't quote me on that, but I
Okay.
think that's what that
I
is.
will not
Because
quote
it's right
you, I
after the
promise.
limbo contest.
Gotcha. The biggest
So
corgi butt. That sounds like such a fun time.
it's so fun. Riggy tried to do the watermelon eating competition at one of the beach days.
Yeah.
Um, Normally she scarfs down her food, but she was just like savoring the flavor.
She liked it too
Um,
much.
the dog next to her was like 2 times her size and just going in. And I was like, come on, Riggy, like
It
eat
was
it. And
probably
she's like,
that it was probably the
she's like,
80 pound
there's
obese
some like
dog.
notes of sugar. Like,
Yeah. It was probably the 80-pound obese dog that you you had an adopted. He was probably dominating the watermelon eating.
there were so many. There's also a lot of like you see a lot of the corgi like hybrids kind
Hmm.
of. Like there was one that looked like the dog from Up. Like I will not forget that dog because it was so cute. It was
Yeah.
like half golden retriever, half corgi, like
Oh.
genuinely looked like the dog from
And they
Up.
don't discriminate. They'll allow any corgi in.
Yeah, and honestly, like not you don't have to have a corgi to go to those events. Like there's a lot of like honorary corgis that go. So like
That's
people will
funny.
have like a corgi and then other dogs and they'll bring all of them and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And so that kind of brings me to the next thing. I mean, I'm sure those events you're able to get a lot of content and stuff there. And you've had this account for how long? Um,
Since Riggy was born, so like a year and a half.
Right. And you had said that it really almost started as kind of like a diary or a scrapbook because you have how many 100,000 pictures or something like
Let me check.
that?
I think it grows every day, unfortunately.
I'm
Let's
sure.
see. I have 112,000 photos.
Oh my gosh. That's good.
My issue is
Well,
that I never purge. And
right.
so when I try to find something, it's like very hard. So I was like, my
Well,
Instagram
I'm
is
sure
kind of
it
like,
is. Yeah.
yeah. And so like my personal Instagram was like the curated camera roll of mine where like if I actually need to find something, I could just kind of go through my own Instagram.
Right.
I was like, I kind of just want to make one for Rigatoni because like she's her own sort of being and like
Yeah.
I don't want all my friends to be like, okay, Marissa, this is your account, not your dog's. Like so I
Right,
made her
right.
her own separate one.
Yeah.
Um and it's a blast.
Yeah, and you had enjoyed corgi memes when you were, it was this back in middle school that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been a lover of like memes and like being on the internet. I think I got my first Instagram when I was in like fifth grade or something.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I've been online.
Yeah, you've
Like
been there.
I've been
You've made a little
online and
footprint.
like I just love like I don't know, like dumb memes, like
Yeah.
memes that aren't even like that funny. Like I
Right.
like ones where it's like a corgi in like a banana suit or like
Exactly.
Batman.
Or like the one I sent you, like that account, best of Dash or best of Dachshund, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
that was
like
so good. I love
it's
videos like
hilarious.
that.
Like they make those like edits, but it's a dog, so it's really funny. So
Yes, like
it's
it's
cool.
like almost like how car people make like car edits, but
Yeah,
like it is your dog. And
they
so
do
it's
it for
like
dogs, and it's
zooming in along the body of the dog and you're like,
exactly.
what's happening?
I love this. So now you are able to make your own memes, which is good. I'm sure you were making some before on a secret account, right?
Yeah. So I've always been just a fan of Canva Pro.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I live, laugh, love Canva Pro. I've run a couple meme accounts in my day. But I would say this is like the first time that it's had more of like a specific like direction, like
Sure.
all like dog related,
Hmm.
featuring my muse, Rigatoni.
Yeah. So did the account, like when did you notice it was, because you have, I think what, like 22,000 followers now. And
Yeah.
it's just gonna keep going up. Those dog accounts that start to get a bit of a following. And you know what I mean? You're such a positive, like fun person. You like making those videos and you're not like you like to do fun stuff with Rigatoni. People love to see that. Like
Oh, thanks.
it's a really good side of Instagram. That's I like to be on there, and like obviously there's always like news and bad things happening, and like
Yeah.
me, like
And
all I
I
see is
honestly thought
dog.
of changing my gym account to Rigatoni's account, but I kind of decided against it because I just felt like it wasn't like the like kind audience that I thought it
Right.
would be. Just because like gym people are very like hardcore, and I do think that it was more
100%.
like human focused, and if I had switched up, like it wouldn't have been like as well received.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I agree. Because, like, I mean, whenever I make like a reel or whatever or short, I put it on like YouTube and I put it on Instagram and then I'll put it on TikTok. But it's funny how there are like different audiences for each. And
yeah.
like, I think with you not like doing the converting thing, but starting fresh, you found a corgi audience of people who like enjoy that sort of thing and content creation.
Yeah,
Um,
my favorite thing is responding to Rigatoni's DMs as Rigatoni. Like, because it's a lot of people like talking to me like as their dog, and then I'm just there like, yes, I'm
so funny.
responding as Rigatoni as well.
Yeah.
Like,
And you used to do the voiceovers, right? What was that, like the app or something?
yeah. Well, so I started off just with like the TikTok for Rigatoni, and I would use like a voice filter so that it was like from Rigatoni's point of view
Hmm.
almost. And then I kind of like slowly started putting stuff on Instagram, and I was like, at first I didn't want to just like double down on the same types of things.
Sure.
But then I was kind of like, oh, it's kind of fun to like post like from my point of view, like being Rigatoni's mom, like and then also like making memes like that are both from her and my point of view. So I felt
Yes.
like doing the voiceover thing like with the little filter like kind of like took it out of
Yeah,
it
it's
being
cute. Yeah, you're right. You're
overlap.
not you have
So
the overall goal of like you're showing rigatoni to the world, but when you
yeah.
do it in different ways, I think you can attract different kinds of people who then might find your other content and like it, which they wouldn't have, been shown on the algorithm before, and
Yeah.
I think and we talked about this a little bit, but like I I wish that I didn't have to like I wish that Wagner could just take off and I can just, retire right now, but
Yeah.
as I have to be the face of the brand. Like I have a partner who's kind of behind the scenes and everything, and he's awesome, right? He helps with like invoices, stuff, app kind of stuff. But me being like 23 and enjoying talking to people and communicative, I have to put up those videos. And so like I'll put them up on Instagram, and I earlier on I would get in my head, like I still do, but like when I see like way more shares than like, I'm like, I'm just getting flamed somewhere right now, like it sucks. But then I'm like, you know what, like whatever,
No,
right?
your haters are your biggest fans, I swear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard. I see that. I'm like, dang it, like this is hilarious. But like, I think I don't know. People seem to enjoy it, and I also like the content that I'm
Yeah.
putting
I
out.
mean, honestly, like what I kind of do is like I enjoy making it. So like if I don't enjoy making it, I don't post it or like I don't
Right.
finish like editing it. So it's like I feel like as a kid I was more in my head about like what other people thought of me, but then
Yep.
like college definitely I was like fuck it, like whatever. I'm my
Yeah.
own person, like let me just be me, like a little weird, a little spunky, but like
Sure.
it's making me happy, so I'm just gonna do it. And then post grad like moving away from everyone that I knew, I was kind of like, oh, like okay, like it's me and Riggy, like no none of my friends are close enough to really stop me from acting like a fool.
Yeah.
Even
Exactly.
if they were gonna give me advice to be like, that's a little weird. Like
Yeah.
I'm so far, like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
So,
What's gonna exactly? And like, oftentimes, it's also nice having like friends who support what you do too, and like,
yeah,
um,
and like after I wound up posting a bunch of that, I realized they all did. But
right.
like before you wind up doing all those posts, you're kind of like, what are other people?
Right.
Like, it's, you know,
Exactly. And doing those like factual Fridays, or like at first I was trying to like make little dog meat. Like I would have ideas every day when I was super into it. And I'm not good at editing now, but I really wasn't then. And I would always like, I'd like send it to, like Doug Hibbs and Luke Brighton. Like I have a group chat where I'll send them like some memes sometimes, whatever. And I was like, yeah, honestly, whenever I find something funny, I try to post it. They're like, be careful with that. You pretty much find everything funny,
yeah.
True.
Yeah, I'm the same way because I'm just kind of like my sense of humor is not going to be like everyone's sense of humor, but that's the point. It's my account. Like if you don't like it, then
Yeah,
just scroll to the
exactly.
next person. Like that's okay.
And it's also very hard to be a hater on a dog account. Like that's like, what are
You'd
you
be
doing if
surprised. One
that's the
time
case?
Rigatoni specifically got a hate comment. This
Really?
was oh my God, this was my first controversy. I'll tell you all about it. This is
Yeah,
why
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so entertaining. I so Rigatoni has a tail.
Hmm.
She's a Pembroke Corgi. That it's not breed standard to keep the tail.
Yeah, Ivy and
It's
Cedric
standard to
have
cut the
the
tail.
doc tails as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like I got Riggy when she was a puppy, and
Hmm.
so I chose to keep the tail.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so I made a video and I was like, this is my corgi. She has a tail. I chose to keep it. And then I was berated in the comments. They're like, your
Oh
dog is going to get their tail stomped on by a cow and they're going to die of infection. And I was
my
like,
gosh.
whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, so actually, she's living in like suburbia.
Right.
She's never seen a cow in her life. I'm not even sure that she knows what a cow is. I'm the only cattle that she will be herding.
Right.
And I don't plan to step on her tail.
Of course. It's so funny how people can get very, very opinionated
Oh
about
yeah.
dog
Well, and
things.
then people were responding to those people being
Of
like,
course.
"You're an animal abuser. You're
Yep.
gonna," and so like everyone was fighting with everyone, and I was just like,
You're like, what
"Oh,
did I do? You're like
oh my
watching,
God."
like you accidentally clicked a button and then you like watch everything explode in front of
And that
you.
video got like a couple million views. So like
Oh yeah.
for weeks, my phone just was constantly like I would get a comment that was like "fuck you," and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the hell?"
You're like,
And
what?
it was
Why?
responding to someone else from like a couple days prior.
Right. You're like, what did
And
I
then I had
do?
one girl DM me and she was like, with your following, how dare you? And I was like, hey girl, that wasn't me that responded to your comment. That was actually someone else. That was
Yeah.
just my video.
What did she say? Was she like, my bad?
She was like, oh, oops, sorry. But like the initial DM was like, you're gonna burn. And I was
Of
like,
course.
what?
Yeah, people get very because I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of people through the WAG pod, friends all over the US and out of the country. And it's so funny. Some people are very into what they do in the sense of like this is the correct way to do it. And I
I
often
learned that from that video very quickly. I
yes. And like
I thought
great.
it was
I
just
think
like an innocent, like, oh, this is why my dog, people always ask if she's like a mixed breed because she has her
right.
tail, but I just kept it and people are like, corgis have tails, people cut them off. What? And I
Yeah,
was like, I'm not. Ah!
exactly. Exactly. And you're like, you just try to be, I don't know, when someone's saying something I don't necessarily like, I don't know if that makes sense. Or like, I'll just kind of like smile, I'll be like, all right, cool. Like, it's ultimately, if the dog is happy, like, everything should be perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah. And then like I got DMs from people being like, you need to advocate for not docking dogs' ears. And I was like, I don't know anything about that.
Yep.
Corgis don't have their ears docked, and
Sure.
Rigatoni doesn't have her ears docked, and I probably wouldn't dock them if it was a choice.
Right.
But I was like, why am I now all of a sudden being like threatened to become like an advocate for
I
like,
know. Get a little fame, and then they're looking to you for the answers. You speak for the corgi. You're the
well, I wound
Lorax.
up doing a
You're the
lot of
Lorax of the
research after
corgis.
it too, because people were like, just so you know, corgis can be born without tails. And I was like, is that true? So I like wound up doing a whole bunch of research. Corgis can be born without tails if you breed two corgis that were born without tails. However, the caveat that I learned
Yeah.
was that if you breed them, like 25% of the litter will die just because they have like a weird
Right, because it's the
thing.
yeah, the whole Punnett square thing. There's a certain
Yeah.
like big F, little F, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can
And
see where
so
you'd
I
see
was
you
just kind of
support it.
like, uh-oh, I opened a can of worms that I did not intend to. I just wanted to show off my adorable corgi.
That's
But it made me
wild.
learn a lot more about the breed. So in the grand scheme of things, like I probably should have been like that educated before. So
Yeah,
happy accidents, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you ended up learning and ended up. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like getting millions of views is, like now. And you mentioned as well, you have some sort of like people will ship you different things now. Companies, is that the
Yeah.
kind of
And so, I mean, we're obviously kind of more of like a micro influencer.
for
Like, we're
now?
not like big by any means, but like we have a good time. And like sometimes, if we're lucky enough, like someone will be like, oh my God, is that Rigatoni? So, like, we've had a couple brands reach out to us to like send us things. And I mean, who am I to deny Rigatoni every single
Yeah,
present?
yeah, of
So,
course.
I always find it really fun when brands reach out to me because I like making content anyways, and then
Yeah.
if they are sending us something, like it is just kind of like a fun, like, hey, Riggy, you got a package, like, and then she gets to enjoy it too. So I always really like doing those types of videos.
Oh,
The
that's
most
great.
recent one that we did was with Tavo Pets, and they sent us like their shell rotating pet bed. Um, and it's so fun. I've been training like that to be her sort of like home base place. So,
Nice.
like when I'm on the couch watching TV, she can be on her little like shell and it like oscillates without needing to be like plugged in. So it like kind of like calms her,
That's
which
nice. It's
I
like
will
rocking a
always
little
do.
baby, and then she chills out a
Yeah.
little bit. You can watch some TV. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, also in terms of content creation, you have a fitness account, and you've really been into fitness. You said it was about 20 when COVID happened. You really started to enjoy going to the gym, and you said before you not really much running, going on with you before,
Yeah.
but now with rigatoni, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah, as much so I'm a personal trainer and I was a personal trainer at Chapel Hill. And so as much as I would like tell people to run and make them run as my like clients, I hated running.
Yeah,
I was never a cross country kid, like tried to get out of PE at every turn. Like I hated running.
yeah.
And the only person that has changed my mind on it was Rigatoni because it was the only way to get her like calm and zen. So like as a side effect, I'd be calm and zen because she would be chilling.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and I guess it's best for the both of us. Like with the whole personal trainer thing, like I mainly focused on weightlifting and
Yeah.
I still love weightlifting and I do
Mhm.
it all the time. But I'm now kind of like a hybrid
You're a hybrid
trainer
athlete.
where I'm doing cardio too,
Hybrid athlete. That's
I
been
guess.
I don't know, I running is great. I think the act of doing it
People
and
who
like
say running is great are either brainwashed or liars. It's not great. It's never great when you're running. It sucks. You're winded.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But after, I literally feel like I am superior to everyone else.
Exactly. Like I just like
Flexing on
you
Strava.
came on this hot. You're like I already ran 3 miles today. Like I was
Yeah,
like
I'm like, it's not even noon. You guys are lazy.
God. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I think it also just helps so much too with I've tried to get back into I'll go in phases, I'll go in and out, but just with like
Yeah,
mental health specifically, like being consistent about like, okay, I'm gonna run
it's
this day,
so
I'm gonna lift,
good.
it makes so much of a difference. And
Yeah,
then when I slack off, like I look and I'm like, I would be my base level of anxiety or whatever would be so much lowered if I were to just do this. But it's also so similar to how Rigatoni kind of encouraged you to run. I think like switching into my adult life and everything, and like having a responsibility of like taking care of a dog and letting it out, that gives me a lot of purpose. And also
yeah,
because the dog doesn't understand if no one's there and they're inside and they pee because no one showed up. And so like that's another like good reason for me to like get up in the mornings and everything like that, and then provide, so it's
Yeah.
a similar thing. But I do want to start running with Cedric soon. Maybe I will.
You should. And honestly, like running with the dog at first, I was like, yeah, like she'll pace us. Like we won't have to go that fast. But like she is dragging me. And it's funny because like I run outside and so we're always passing people. And like a lot of times if I pass like an older person, they'll be like, oh, who's walking who? And I'm like, I don't
You're
need
like,
this
I've heard
right
that so
now.
many times
I'm
already.
dry heaving. I'm being dragged by a corgi with legs that are this freaking long. Like, and we're still running like a fucking 10-minute mile. It is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. That's crazy. And I'll be honest, running, let's say outside at Chapel Hill versus running on the beach or being able to look at it, that's got to be a bit of an upgrade as well.
It definitely is. I would also say like I was definitely more anti-run in college just because like I had never been to a place with seasons.
Hmm.
And so like let alone
Oh
like
yeah.
random rain, humidity, like it's too cold, it's too hot. Like there was always a reason for me to be like, I don't want to run. Like I don't want to run outside and the treadmill's boring. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go do the
Treadmill is boring.
Stairmaster for cardio. And so like coming back, it's always the same season here. There's no rain, there's no humidity. Like it's hard for me to find an excuse not to go do it when I know that Rigatoni enjoys it so much too.
Right.
Like
You're like, all right, we need to go ahead
makes
and
it
go.
easier for me to get my ass out the door, to be
Exactly.
honest.
Exactly. It's kind of cool too how and I don't know, have you started doing some extra different training sessions and stuff with her? Is that or is that on the horizon, or have you already been doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a backyard, so like I'll go over to my parents who do have a
Hmm.
backyard, and so Rigatoni will just run like laps. Sometimes we'll practice like the like running in a straight line because it's fun. It's like kind of what the corgi races are for.
Yeah.
Um, and so like other than that, like the running is like her main training. She goes to like a daycare while I work at a hospital right now for
Hmm.
my master's program. And so those are like 8-hour days. So
Hmm.
she goes to a daycare and they do like agility training with her,
That's so
which I
great.
don't do because I don't have like the little like things that they go
Yeah.
over. But I
You
don't know, it's
should
kind of fun.
ask a brand to send you one. Be like, just comment, those look really cool. Like, and then you get one.
I mean, if an agility brand wants to send Rigatoni some agility stuff,
Yeah.
I would be very happy.
It is kind of cool how and you still do the personal training, how you've kind of transferred that over into the dog world. And like, as
Yeah.
you get your masters, like I remember you mentioned, maybe you might look into canine nutrition. Like that could be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I would definitely love to do canine nutrition. I want to do human nutrition too.
Yeah,
But I'm interested in sort of like sports nutrition with the whole personal trainer background.
sure.
But like as we were kind of doing those racing days, even though we kind of didn't really go in with a plan, I kind of applied like what I knew about like sports nutrition, like when we sort of give our athletes like a fast absorbing snack, when's the best time to hydrate so that they're not
Hmm.
like lethargic. And so
Yeah,
I kind of like took that into mind like during the corgi races because there were multiple heats
interesting.
that we did.
Yeah,
And so I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna give her like a little bit of a chicken chomper, like a couple minutes before she goes and does the race, so that way she has like an immediate boost of energy.
cool. Yeah,
But I'm not gonna give it to her right after because I don't want her to vomit. Like
right,
I'm not
right.
gonna give her the water right before she goes because she's gonna like then like maybe like hiccups and vomit. Like you just don't want them to be
Yeah,
overhydrated.
exactly.
Like nutrient timing was sort of like how I was sort of bridging the two because obviously dogs are different than humans.
Yeah, I mean that's
But
really cool though how you're able to apply that. Like, I mean, again, dogs are going to be different than humans, but it is cool that you're kind of using what you've learned to
yeah, and like
apply that.
it's fun because we do a lot of case studies with athletes. And then my previous internship before I was working in the hospital was with LA Galaxy. So I was kind of seeing like how they time things for like long endurance cardio because like a soccer game you're running for so long. It's
Right.
literally 90 minutes of just running and like plus extra time too. Like it
Exactly.
is just like it's a marathon. And so how we sort of like fuel those athletes, I was like, okay, like maybe I can take what I learned here and can that work for a dog?
That's sick.
Um, she
That is
seemed to be
awesome.
happy, healthy, and
Yeah.
just thriving at the races. So I think that it didn't hurt, at
Well, and
least.
she has an awesome dog mom too, right?
Yeah.
So
And
that's
my
great.
brother was there too. So
Exactly. All right, well, we are just under a minute, so want to say thank you so much for coming on. I've enjoyed reconnecting, and this is awesome, and just wish you guys the best of luck.
I know, fun. This was great. Let's stay in touch because this was so
Yeah,
much fun. I'm excited to see the podcast come out.
absolutely. Thanks.